10 things nobody talks about if it comes to Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. And it ain't good things. Before I start talking about things that are overlooked by all YouTubers and the general opinion of the internet, I want to say this is not an attempt to prove that Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is a bad bike, because it's not. Nevertheless, I have the impression that all people trying to make any comment about this bike focus only on its advantages and hardly anyone talks about the downsides. I will list first a few positive features that surprised me on this motorcycle, just to make sure that unreformable fans of the Royal Enfield brand will not eat me alive. I'm sure that the following content will spread and cause them pain to the bone. The sound of the bike exhaust, whether it's stock or has been modified, it's really great. Very few bikes sounds this good, especially straight out of the showroom. The Interceptor 650 is one of the cheapest in its category, and it's even 20 to 30% cheaper from the leading manufacturer. The design of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 allows for many modifications, even to inexperienced mechanics or homegrown customizers. If you are a fan of classic motorcycles and at the same time you don't want to mess around and repair a 40 or even 50-year-old rust bucket, the Interceptor 650 is the best choice on the market at the moment. Enough butter on that sandwich, let's get to the point. I warn you, it won't be pleasant things, but as one of the owners, I have my thoughts and I want to share them with you guys. Number 1. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is a relatively slow motorcycle. Although its capacity is 650cc almost, the power it generates is only 47 horses. It does generate over 50 Newton meters of torque, but from a point of view of over 90 kilograms riders, the motorcycle is only average fast, and overtaking at speeds above 110 kilometers an hour leaves much to be desired. Why am I saying this? From my point of view, from the point of view of a motorcyclist with over 25 years of experience, of a motorcyclist who has owned 13 motorcycles from 50cc to 900cc, the perceived subjective power of this vehicle is simply average. Number 2. This sounds like a bad joke to some of you, but I'm a visual person, and that means that things I'm looking at have to look good and proportionate. And one of the biggest drawbacks of the 650 Interceptor is its rear tire. Actually, its width. It's just too narrow in relation to the proportion of the whole bike. And this is something you would want to replace in the first place. So I've seen people on the internet who changed the rear tire to a 150mm wide tire, and it looks much better. Think about it when you buy one. Number 3. Aluminum oxidation. Although one of the main visual advantages of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 are the engine covers and the valve covers, which are made of polished aluminum. At the same time, it's the greatest curse of the whole motorcycle. Aluminum oxidizes quickly, causing ugly tarnish pits, and those left alone quickly reduce the beauty of the machine. Even if you store the motorcycle in the garage, you will have to protect these covers with some lubricants or repolish them every 6 months. Number 4. The seat. Oh, the seat. We all love low flat custom motorcycle seats like Brat style or new bobbers. In practice, however, the lower the seat, the less foam in it, and they're less comfortable. The factory seat of this motorcycle is a perfect example of an uncomfortable seat. This just couldn't work. There is simply too little foam, too soft. Unless you weigh 45 kilograms, then maybe the seat will do, but I weighed twice as much and I replaced it with a touring seat after a few months. Number 5. Now, shh. I already touched this topic in one of my previous videos and it caused a lot of criticism. Of course, this is my point of view, the point of view of the owner of a Royal Enfield Interceptor bought in Poland, in Europe. Here, the service cost of an authorized service center are simply too high compared to the prices of competitive services of leading manufacturers. Number 6. The next thing is the relatively high engine speed at idle. Maybe a minor fact, but you buy a twin-cylinder motorcycle for its sound. Especially if, like the Interceptor 650, it has a 270-degree crankshaft. The idling speed here is 1200 RPM. If it was lower, the motorcycle would simply sound better at a standstill. I watched a fairly extensive explanation on the YouTube why this is happening. Apparently, it is related to a lean fuel mixture that has been set to meet Euro 5 standard, which in turn caused problems with revving from the bottom. The idling speed was simply raised to fix that issue. Number 7. The range of the motorcycle on one tank is simply poor in the city. The motorcycle barely covers 240 kilometers on one tank. On the road with me on it, let's remind you that I am 185 centimeters tall and I weighed 93 kilograms. It is difficult to achieve a result of 280 kilometers on one tank. I know that there are many other factors that affect fuel consumption, such as wind, driving style, type of road, surface, traffic, but still, if you want to ride this motorcycle on a longer route, 280 kilometers is simply not enough. Whew. That was good. Number 8. Brakes. One of the most important elements in every vehicle. These are correct at most, and no ByBre badge on the caliper will change that, and no Brembo badge on the brake disc will change that either. One disc, even if it's a large one, simply brakes on average when stopping over 300 kilograms with a rider on it. Number 9. The reliability of the motorcycle leaves a bit to be desired, even though fans of the brand will deny it. There is a lot of information on the internet about problems with engine, electrics, check engine errors, squeaking and poorly working brakes, oil leaks, problems with relays, and similar issues. Many owners of motorcycles of this brand believe that this is a side effect of buying a cheaper motorcycle, and they accept it because they feel that they have saved money from the start. I personally think it is unacceptable that a motorcycle from the world's longest producing motorcycle company has so many defects, even if it was cheaper than the competition. Number 10. The last thing to shake off will be the weight of the motorcycle. 218 kilograms is simply a lot for this type of a motorcycle. For comparison, a Kawasaki Z650 RS is almost 30 kilograms lighter, the same as Yamaha XRS 700. In my case, this weight does not matter much because I am a big guy and I am fine with it. But for lower, lighter motorcyclists, it can be a disadvantage. In order not to look completely ignorant, I will add that Triumph Street Speed also weighs 216 kilograms, so this problem applies to some popular manufacturers too. That's all. I hope this completely different point of view from the owner of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 will be useful for you. Please remember, I still ride this bike and I find it really nice. However, it does show more problems than its competition. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. Maybe check out my other videos. You will find there more information about this and other bikes. As always, thank you for watching this video and I see you on the road. Have a good ride.